To submit requirements for an application, click the Continue button on the dashboard page. The requirements checklist for your application are listed on this application screen. For an initial application, you will have two sets of requirements: the requirements checklist and additional application requirements. If you are applying for a priority service, you must complete these requirements as well as the requirements listed in the additional application requirements prior to submitting your application. Failure to follow the correct instructions may result in delays in the licensing process. There are links provided at the top of the page for application instructions for priority and non-priority services. Requirements on the application screen can be completed in any order as long as the link is active. Requirements, where the link is grayed, have preceding requirements that must be completed first. For example, you cannot enter details of a location until the location is added. These links will not be active until the location record is added to the application. The different types can include adding people or businesses and their contact information, entering information on screens and uploading documents. In this video, we will review examples of the different types of requirements and how to complete them. To begin, click a link for a requirement in the requirements checklist. This requirement is to add owners, officers, or members. Owner could be a person, business, or licensed provider. Officers or members can also be added here. Click to add the appropriate type of owner, officer, or member. You are guided to first search the Office of Licensing database for an existing record of the owner, officer, or member you are adding. Enter the information and then click the search button. If a record matching the criteria is found, it is displayed on the screen. You can select this record and enter the percentage owned. If the record is not found, you can click on Create New Record. When you have finished adding or selecting records for your owner, officer, or member, you are taken back to the first screen and the selected record is shown. You can edit the contact information or remove the record if wrong one was chosen or if the information changes at a later date. All requirements for a record need to be linked to your application. Like for location managers or community liaisons, we would follow the same steps. Click Back to return to the application page when finished with the requirement. As requirements are completed, they will be summarized on the screen and will display as completed or pending review in the requirements checklist section. You can edit requirements that have been entered by clicking the edit link next to the summary. Next, we will look at an example of a requirement that needs to be completed on the screen. For requirements where information is entered on the screen, the fields that are required will include a red star next to them. Please include all information relevant to the service you are applying for. If a field that is not marked as required is left blank and is relevant to your service, the requirement may not be accepted by the Office of Licensing. Once again, the requirement status is updated to completed in the Requirements Checklist section, and the information entered is summarized with an option to edit if needed. Another example of a requirement type is a document upload. Many of the requirements are for application attachments. To add an attachment, choose a document type to upload. Choose the file from your computer and then click the Save button. The link to the document is now displayed. You may re-upload over a submitted document if needed, and you may leave the document screens and return to them as needed as documents are compiled. When finished uploading documents, you may click the back button to return to the application requirements page. The requirement status in the requirements checklist is updated to pending review, and the document added is shown with a link at the bottom of the screen. The last example of a requirement type that we will review in this video is for uploading policy, procedures, and forms. Each policy, procedure, and form and other attachment is listed on this page with its correlating regulation number. You will upload each document separately. To upload a document, click on the link for the document to attach. Choose File from your computer and click the Save button. Again, application progress is saved as you go through the application process. Continue to enter requirements on this screen until the requirements checklist shows all requirements as completed or pending review. At that time, the button to submit the application will be available. For more information on submitting the applications, watch the How Do I Know My Application is Submitted and On the Waitlist video.